this video, we're gonna see which country has the best Christmas food, and we're gonna rank them from S tier to F tier, starting off with America.
In America, Christmas is the most popular holiday amongst all the other holidays. It's widely celebrated across the entire country, and it shows because America sells the most amount of Christmas trees than any other country. They sell about 25 to 30 million real Christmas trees, and that is just insane. But Christmas wasn't always huge in America. Actually, in 1659, Christmas was formally banned in Massachusetts. Like, dude, they actually canceled Christmas. But not to worry, because about 200 years later, it officially became a national holiday in 1870. So Christmas was saved. So Christmas food in America is prime rib, mashed potatoes, pumpkin pie, and eggnog.
We made it to our first country, Brian, the United States. And what's with your sweater, dude?
Dude, between me and Pat, who has the better sweater?
Come on, look at that. I got Santa dunking on a reindeer, bruh.
Come on, boy.
We all know that Christmas in America is huge. There's Christmas decorations everywhere. It's like $1 billion industry, and it happens within like 2 months. And this looks very familiar, right?
does,
Like, I'm used to having some prime rib with the mashed potatoes, a pumpkin pie classic, but the eggnog.
I've never had eggnog.
I've never had eggnog. It tastes like melted ice cream.
There's gotta be a lot of sugar in that.
I'm bringing eggnog to my family's dinner. Man, what a classic, huh, Brian?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, perfectly cooked. I'm happy. Some mashed potatoes to go with it. Nothing beats homemade mashed potatoes. And who doesn't love a good pumpkin pie? Someone always makes it in my family too, you know? So, cheers.
If you're a real American, you buy it from Costco.
Listen, I know we criticize America a lot. We know how to do holiday dinners. We're gonna go America S tier, but there's a lot more fun countries coming up. So let's go ahead and jump into the next one. Now we're headed to the country that invented sushi, Japan.
Japan has one of the most interesting traditions for Christmas. And here's the 3 most prominent ones. First, Christmas isn't a national holiday, so people work on Christmas Day. Second, most Japanese people don't spend Christmas with their family. It's more of like a romantic holiday. So think about like Valentine's Day. That's their Christmas. And third, and probably the most interesting one, is Christmas dinner in Japan is usually KFC. Yeah, you heard me right. I said KFC. And that's because in 1970, KFC ran a campaign called Kentucky for Christmas. And it was one of their most successful campaigns in Japan because now KFC is a staple dinner for Christmas. So Japanese Christmas dinner is KFC fried chicken, KFC mashed potatoes, strawberry cake, and strawberry milk.
All right, Brian, we made it to Japan. We have KFC in front of us, dude.
KFC?
Yeah, dude. KFC is huge in Japan during
that's
Christmas. And your wife is actually Japanese.
She is.
We spoke to her and she said, yeah, we do have KFC, yeah.
I've been on the other end of this. I've celebrated it. Christmas is a romantic thing over there.
Definitely it is. You're my partner.
Oh my God.
Classic.
Tastes like a weekday to me.
It's funny you say that because in Japan, it's not a national holiday. But people kind of work on Christmas anyways. So you can't have KFC without their delicious mashed potato.
Oh my.
Tastes like super processed. Yeah, it tastes really bad.
That's the worst mashed potatoes I've ever had.
It's Christmas, and one of the best parts of Christmas is our desserts. So light, so airy,
Yeah.
with the strawberry cream. That is fantastic. Let's go in with a strawberry drink. That is not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and give Japan an A tier. I mean, it's fried chicken, and with the strawberry cake, you can't go wrong with it.
Any holiday, Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, like this is your platter, I'm happy.
Let's move on to the next country.
Let's do it.
Next, we're headed to a country that has 3 million saunas. Finland.
We've officially made it to Finland, and Finland doesn't mess around when it comes to Christmas. It considers itself the official home for Santa Claus. And the reason why is because it's an ideal setting for Santa Claus. It's in the Arctic Circle, so it's like snowy and cold, and they have a ton of reindeers. And I know this because I just visited Lapland, and it was crazy. There was a ton of reindeer everywhere. Also, one of the more interesting traditions in Finland is their Christmas sauna, which is basically them going into the sauna on Christmas Eve to like cleanse their body and get ready for the festive meal. So Christmas dinner in Finland is ham, also known as jolla kiku, carrot casserole, gingerbread cookies, and mulled wine.
Brian, we came to the home of Christmas, the home of Santa Claus, Finland.
This is the home of Santa Claus?
Yeah, that's what they say.
That is from the North Pole.
I mean, the Laplands are pretty close to the North Pole. I actually just came back from
How was
Finland. Oh my Good. Let me tell you something about Finland. I tried reindeer. Sorry, Rudolph. We actually went up to the Laplands. And there was a home, and it was called Santa's home. One of the guys told us, whenever you mail things out to Santa, it like ends up here. As amazing as it was, we're here for the food. We got ham, basically ham here. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Jululukiniku.
Not bad at all.
That's pretty good, yeah.
I am interested in this carrot casserole. We got butter, we got carrots, we got cream.
Yeah, we even put ginger in here.
Yeah, ginger and rice. You don't like it?
No.
I like it. It has that cinnamon flavor. I think the rice works really well. It's creamy. The carrots make it sweet with the syrup.
The cinnamon that you're talking about is actually ginger.
Oh.
So really bland tasting. It's almost like you're just eating white rice. Definitely not my favorite thing we've tried today.
It's definitely my favorite thing we tried today. It's not, but I really like it. A classic staple. I'm going for the head.
This is really good.
You can't hate on a gingerbread cookie.
No.
This is called mulled wine. Cinnamon, cardamom, cloves,
Okay.
sugar, wine, warm, steeped, beautiful. First time trying mulled wine. That's interesting.
That's good.
Yeah.
Almost like a punch.
It's like a punch,
like a
exactly.
holiday.
I'm gonna go ahead and put this on a B tier.
I wanted to go C. I guess I'll go up to a B.
B?
B.
Finland, B, next country coming up.
Let's go.
That was delicious. Now we're headed to the birthplace of chocolate, and that's Mexico.
We've made it to Mexico, and Christmas here is actually super fun. So one of the more popular Christmas festivities is breaking a piñata. I mean, how cool is that? You get to break a piñata during Christmas. But that's not the only fun thing they do in Mexico for Christmas. They also use sparklers and fireworks. And the reasoning is because it's mostly tied to religious meaning, like light overcoming darkness. But regardless, I mean, that's still a kind of cool thing to do, and it's very unique. Most countries don't really do this. Also, most of these festivities go down on December 24th, Christmas Eve. On Christmas Day in Mexico, it's more of a quieter day. It's for recovery, it's for relaxing, it's very low-key. So Mexican Christmas dinner is pozole, tamales, buñuelos, and champurrado.
We finally made it to Mexico. This is your country, so is
Right.
this similar to like what you grew
It's
up with?
pretty close. Dude, with the tamales, we
Yeah.
got some pozoles, some buñuelos.
Brian's mom makes the best tamales, and he brings it from Mexico to me almost every year, and it's like the greatest thing to look forward to. But unfortunately, this isn't your mom's tamales. What? This is insane.
So good, right?
Insane. So much flavor. If I had this for Christmas, I'm a happy kid.
There's tamale rojo and tamale verde. As you can see, one is green, one is red. If you're Mexican, you keep one of these in your back pocket, like a wallet. They're pocket friendly. My mom makes 250 of these every year.
It's as simple as just frying some dough and throwing some sugar on top.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like the carnival for some reason.
You know this American cereal Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Basically like a
Very-
giant one that's crispy.
All of these were amazing, but I'm really excited to try this Mexican hot chocolate.
Also known as champurrado, this is like a Mexican staple right here.
Really?
This is
What is that? That is crazy,
Yeah.
guys. This is my first time trying this.
it's a very concentrated flavor. It's like really bold.
Oh my goodness. Take the best hot chocolate you've ever had and like go up 5 more levels and you're here. I don't even have to even think about this. I'm gonna go ahead and put Mexico on S tier. This is absolutely amazing. This is by far one of my favorites.
Mexico gets an S tier, easily.
This was so delicious that I'm sad that we gotta move on to the next country. Now we're headed to a country that has 7,641 islands, the Philippines.
The Philippines has the world's longest Christmas season. The celebrations start as early as September and go all the way till January. I mean, these guys can't get enough of Christmas, and I love it. And one of the main reasons is because in the Philippines, they have a really strong family and community culture. So the long season allows families more time to gather and celebrate together. There's also a deep religious tie to Christmas for the Filipinos. And there's a very popular tradition called Simbang Gabi. It's a 9-day event from December 16th to December 24th, where people meet at church as early as 4 or 5 a.m., where they do massive prayers, read scriptures from Bible, and then head to work. So in the Philippines, Christmas dinner is lechon, lumpia, leche flan, and hot chocolate.
Whew, keeping up with Christmas recipes from all around the world is no joke. especially with all the details and shopping lists to manage. Man, it's overwhelming. But thankfully, I got the perfect helper right here. Let me introduce you to my secret ingredient for staying organized and productive during the hectic holiday season, Opera. With Opera's secure, smooth desktop browser, I can jump between recipes without breaking a sweat. Tab management is so easy, with features like tab islands, which helps me group my tabs by context, and tab traces to keep track of my most recently visited tabs. And when I stumbled upon a vintage Christmas recipe from Italy that requires some translating, I could get a translation in a matter of seconds with the help of Opera's AI feature, Aria. Simply highlight the text, click, and boom! Anytime I'm curious or have a question during my research, I quickly access Aria with the help of some simple command lines. I just love how this browser is so fluid and smooth. With features like split screen, I can seamlessly compare research tabs in my browser. Right now, I'm comparing 2 recipes from the same meal, and look how clean my screen is. I can also switch between clean and modern themes to keep my screen clutter-free. If I want to, I can customize them to my liking. My favorite is Midsommar. And with the built-in ad blocker and free VPN, I can research gift ideas and holiday deals without any annoying interruption or worries about my privacy. Plus, the video pop-out feature means I can watch my favorite Christmas classics in the corner of my screen while browsing for the best Christmas recipes from Canada. And for all you guys staying connected with loved ones online over the holidays, Opera's got your back. Let's say I want to send a digital Christmas postcard to my friends and family online. With Aria, I can generate a beautiful digital Christmas postcard in seconds. And with Opera's integrated sidebar messengers, I can send this directly to my loved ones without skipping a beat. It's brilliant. So whether you need to get organized for your holiday shopping or simply want to increase productivity in your life, upgrade your browser game today by visiting the link in my description and downloading Opera. All right, let's move on to the next country. Brian, we are now in the Philippines. This looks absolutely amazing. In the Philippines, they have the longest Christmas season. They celebrate so early and go for so long. When it comes to Christmas, you want to be in the Philippines. So let's go ahead and dig into some of this lechon.
Let's do it.
And don't forget, we gotta dip it in that delicious sauce. Yeah. Whoa.
That's crazy.
That is nuts.
Wow, that's really delicious and like totally different from some of the other stuff that we've tried.
Very different. Sauce is amazing.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and try some of this lumpia.
How can you do this all day?
It just doesn't feel as festive to me.
I think in the Philippines, it's the most festive. They start in September, bro. They're the kings of celebrating Christmas.
They are.
I think we're just not used to the flavor profiles.
We're
but
not, yeah. Oh, wow.
That's super good. It's almost like creme brulee. I think I'm gonna go see on this one.
See?
Yeah.
I was hopeful for this just because Filipinos are known for their Christmas. And I know you guys have a ton of different dishes, but as far as the dish we have made and tried, I'm gonna agree with Brian. We're gonna go see the Philippines, but let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Now we're gonna be flying to the tiger capital of the world, India.
Welcome to Christmas in India. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, isn't India mostly Hindu? Yes, but there's still 2 to 3% of the population that's Christian and celebrates Christmas. And one of the most interesting traditions in India that sets them apart from the rest of the world is instead of decorating pine trees, they actually decorate banana or mango trees during Christmas. One of the more popular dishes in India during Christmas are their plum cakes. It's this moist, flavorful, spiced fruit cake that's absolutely delicious. And the tradition of baking this cake is not just a family affair, it's like a communal celebration. So they usually bake a large amount so they can give it to their neighbors and friends and people that don't really celebrate Christmas, but it's still a sign of love and care. So Christmas dinner in India is chicken biryani, vegetable cutlets, plum cake, and chai tea.
We've made it to India, and you're probably asking yourself, Brian, wait a second. India doesn't have that many Christians out there, but they do still celebrate it in a lot of parts of India.
I love Indian cuisine. I'm excited to try it.
Cheers, my dude. The amount of flavor.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, complex flavors.
Yeah, the spices in here are crazy. Ooh, that is good.
You know that video, the TikTok with the guy saying, give me 16 of those right now?
Spectacular. Give me 14 of them right now.
I feel like this is what he was eating. Wow, that's really good.
Have you ever had masala chai?
I haven't.
I'm not Indian, but my parents used to make this all the time. It's kind of like connected to my childhood a little bit. It's one of my favorites.
It's really good. It reminds me of like artisan tea.
I think all of it was filling, delicious. I'm gonna go ahead and give India an A. and I hope you're on the same page here.
It's all really good, but I feel like I've tasted better. How about a B? Will you meet me at a B?
This is an A.
Wasn't that good, bro?
What? You have my rights to flame Brian in the
We have to
comments.
agree. We have to agree on one.
All right, I'm gonna go down to a B, but you owe me. B it is. Now let's head to the birthplace of Elon Musk, and that's South Africa.
So in South Africa, Christmas is during summertime, and that's kind of like a weird concept to me because I'm in America, which has always been cold. And since it's warmer outside, they do summer activities like go to beaches, pool, parks. That's pretty cool for Christmas. Now in South Africa, the day after Christmas is called Boxing Day. And no, it's not what you're thinking. It's not a boxing sporting event. It's a day to give back to society. So it's called Boxing Day because you're supposed to take a box, fill it with things you no longer need, and give it away to the poor or homeless and just people in need. And that's a really, really cool tradition that most countries should take after. So Christmas dinner in South Africa is barbecue lamb, yellow rice with raisins, malva pudding, and champagne.
We are in South Africa, and in front of us, we have basically like a barbecue dish. Because in South Africa, Christmas is summertime. Can you imagine Christmas time? You go to the beach, you go to a pool,
That'd be amazing.
you're doing summer activities.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and try this delicious lamb. Perfectly cooked, medium rare. That is so juicy and good. Unfortunately, we couldn't barbecue this outside because it's cold and it gets dark out here really soon.
I wouldn't mind having lamb here in the US, like instead of turkey.
Definitely.
I get like bored of turkey. It's interesting, turmeric is like a subtle flavor, and that's like the main thing that I'm getting there.
Raisins add this like weird flavor to it, but I like it overall. I think it's delicious. And this is malva pudding cake.
I'm excited to try this.
I've never had this before. Cheers.
What? This is crazy. What is that?
Bro, I don't even know. Please let us know in the comments what this is. It almost has like a hint of like coffee flavor.
It's so good.
And of course, champagne.
Right.
We got the most expensive bottle of champagne. Oh. That is the worst champagne. I'm not gonna judge it because of the champagne I bought, but this malva pudding cake sets it up there for me. I'm gonna rate South Africa at a B tier.
I'm thinking the same thing, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Wow.
this is
Let's go check out what the next country is. Now we're headed to the birthplace of espresso, Italy.
We've made it to Christmas in Italy, and it's definitely a cherished holiday out here. An interesting tradition in Italy, mostly in Sicily, is that they set an extra table for deceased loved ones on Christmas Eve. This is called Feast of the Dead, and it's meant to honor those who have passed. So Christmas dinner in Italy is pasta al forno, roasted vegetables, panettone, and red wine.
We've officially made it to Italy. Mamma mia! Right here we got pasta al forno, which is basically like a lasagna-y type of dish. Panettone, and of course wine. It's so traditional. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, dude. Merry Christmas.
It's hot, be careful. That is delicious. You get the crunch from the breadcrumbs and the Parmesan cheese.
Yeah, it's like a tomatoey mac and cheese.
But we're about to witness our first panettone.
It's like zesty
It's not my favorite.
from the wine, the pasta. This is the most festive.
I already have the rating in my head. I'm just gonna wait to see what you say.
I'm not feeling an S tier.
Oh yeah.
I'm not feeling an A tier.
Okay.
B tier.
Wow, that was exactly what I was thinking. Brian, do you smell that?
Yeah, I think that's another holiday feast.
Let's go. Now we're gonna be heading to the polar bear capital of the world, and that's Canada.
Canada and Christmas go hand in hand, and that's because they have a special connection to Santa Claus. Because they claim Canada is home to the North Pole. In fact, Santa's official address is in Canada. Each year, thousands of children worldwide send letters to the Canadian address of Santa Claus. And if you thought it stopped there with Santa Claus in Canada, no, because they have one of the oldest Santa Claus parades that dates back to 1905. This parade kicks off the Christmas season in Canada. It's super festive and of course it's televised. So Christmas dinner in Canada is a meat pie, mashed potatoes, sugar cookies, and hot apple cider.
Brian, we made it to our neighboring country, Canada. In front of us, you might think this is an apple pie.
It looks like an apple pie. Is it a cherry pie?
No, it's more like a meat pie.
Meat pie. Let's
Yeah,
go.
I think the name of this is like tortorer. I probably butchered it.
You guys see that?
Oh, that's a meat pie. Ooh, flaky. That is insane. It's like a chicken pot pie, but beef.
It's real hearty. It's really like wintry.
You can never have too much mashed potatoes. This is like a nice family warm meal. Go ahead and have a sugar cookie together. Just dip it in the hot apple cider too.
Why not?
It's Christmas. You can break the rules in Christmas. Cheers. amazing.
That's weird.
It's gonna be controversial. I'm giving Canada an S tier. This, I'm telling you, is S tier.
Dude, S tier. Are you being serious right now?
I'm being serious right now.
This is a sleepy meal. I'm going to sleep after this. It's so heavy, so we'll go S.
Now we're headed to the home of the K-pop superstars, BTS. South Korea.
We've now made it to South Korea for Christmas, and just like Japan, Christmas is also seen as a romantic holiday. But other than that, it really differs from Japan. Like South Korea is a national holiday and most people have work off. And despite only 30% of South Koreans being Christian, the whole country celebrates it, even non-Christians. Also, another thing that's like super different from Western countries is they don't do extravagant gift giving. Instead, they exchange small and thoughtful gifts. And a lot of the gifts are more of like experiences like dining out or events rather than buying material gifts, which is actually really interesting and different from what we do out here. So Christmas dinner in South Korea is roasted chicken, tteokbokki, puff pastry, and hot chocolate.
We made it to South Korea, and in front of us, we got tteokbokki. Have you ever had tteokbokki before?
No, what is it?
It's like a rice cake. It's really chewy, but our friend Brian here is shrimp allergic.
I'm allergic to shrimp,
Yeah, I think there's some shrimp in there, so you can't have that, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and try some of this Korean chicken.
It's really crispy. I think the gochujang does something to it. It's really good.
When I was in Korea, I feel like gochujang was like the star ingredient in every dish I had out there. Look at the size of that. Oh, it's spicy. It was so good. Go ahead and dip this in my hot chocolate. Trust me.
Ooh! If I had to omit this from my grade, I'll give it a C.
Ooh, Brian, no. See, I tried it, and we have to agree on one. And I'm saying this, with this, I think it takes it from a C, definitely to an A. If you're down, let's meet in the middle. Korea, B.
Okay, B tier.
B tier. Now we're heading to a country where 60% of it is basically rainforest, and that's Brazil.
Christmas in Brazil is like South Africa. It takes place during their summertime. And because of this tropical climate, Santa Claus is usually depicted wearing lighter clothes. And in some regions, he even appears on a surfboard, which is like kind of crazy. But it makes sense because like, why would he be in this like warm jacket? So I get it. Also very similar to Mexico, when it strikes midnight on Christmas Eve, Brazilians celebrate it with fireworks. And this is mostly done to symbolize joy, hope, and the celebration of Jesus Christ's birth. So Christmas dinner in Brazil is bacalhau, farofa, rabanada, and wine.
Brian, we are now in Brazil, and it's Christmas, and this is what we got in front of us. In Brazil, they celebrate it on the 24th. And what do they call the Santa in Brazil?
Papai Noel, like Daddy Santa.
That's what he calls me on, like, you know, when he calls me.
Told you not to tell them about this. This is like some kind of fish pie or something, right?
Yeah, it's some sort of fish pie with codfish, some breadcrumbs, some cheese. So let's go ahead and dig in. Oh, it's hot. That is so interesting.
That's
guys.
so good. So we have this other dish here. It's like bacon and breadcrumbs.
Not a fan of that.
Tastes like salty sand.
Maybe this is meant for like a stuffing. I don't know. That's
Yeah.
really weird. Let us know in the comments like what that is. This is a dish called rabanada. It's like their version of French toast. Oh, that's good.
That's really good.
I mean, it's a bit weird to me. This flavor profile, I connect that to like breakfast. I'm gonna go ahead and put Brazil at a C category. These are delicious. It's just, I just feel like this didn't fit, but this was great. And of course, we all love a little wine.
I can agree on a C.
See?
C.
Great. Let's move on to the next one.
Let's go.
Finally, we're headed to our last country, and it's one of the oldest countries in the world. Lebanon.
For our last country, Lebanon, it has one of the deepest and richest Christmas traditions. One of the more important traditions is to visit churches during midnight mass on Christmas Eve. And right after church, it kicks off the Christmas festivities. One of them, of course, being a massive Christmas feast where the table is filled end to end with delicious, lavish food. And this giant dinner party extends until the early mornings of Christmas. I mean, these guys don't stop. Also, on a Lebanese Christmas dinner table, you'll find a drink called arak. And you're about to find out why this traditional alcoholic beverage that's made with spices didn't really sit well with us. So Christmas dinner in Lebanon is lamb with rice, stuffed grape leaves, baklava, and arak.
Brian, we have finally made it to our last country, Lebanon. Celebrating Christmas is such a big thing. It's actually even a national holiday out there. They don't have pine trees like us, like, you know, we usually do pine trees. Their tree is the cedar tree. Right there, that's the cedar tree. And that's what they light up.
I think I'm doing a cedar tree this year then.
Oh, okay, nice. Stuffed grape leaves, lamb with rice, baklava, and arak. It smells really weird, but I've never had it before.
I feel like I'm tasting something really expensive, really like elegant.
It's saffron.
Saffron, that's right. It's like saffron rice.
The reason why it's so expensive is because each flower produces, I think, like 1 or 2 saffron stems. The labor on that is really, really intensive, but it's absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious.
Classic flavor.
My favorite dessert on the planet is baklava. Flaky,
this.
crispy, pistachio. Oh my goodness. You going in for the arak?
That's so disgusting.
Really? Let me try this.
It's like well, listen.
Right. What the is that?
It's like concentrated black licorice with alcohol. It's really nasty.
It's disgusting. It is burning as it's going down my throat.
This is delicious.
The baklava.
That's why.
Nothing beats the baklava.
Yeah, I'll be the one to say A tier. I wanted to say S. This kind of little detail, that's so disgusting. Knocks it off. Is an A for me.
I gotta agree with Brian. And unfortunately, the drink is what knocked it from S tier for me. Let me try this. The A tier, I agree with you, Brian. What the is that?
Pat, this has been amazing.
Yeah,
I've had some amazing meals with you.
it's been a great time.
Which country has the best Christmas food?
We gotta decide. We have 3 in the S tier categories. We have Canada,
right.
we have United States,
Yep.
and we have Mexico, but only one can win.
Yeah. So, for me, right away, I'm dropping Canada.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna agree with you. So it comes down to the United States and Mexico.
On the count of 3, you get to say which one you think won, and I'll say it. 3, 2, 1.
Mexico! Oh shit, we agree, baby! You know, it would have been a disaster if we were to disagree.
Yeah, that's true.
But guys, Merry Christmas.
Oh, wait. It's Mexico, dude. It's Feliz Navidad.
No, Merry Christmas.
No, Feliz Navidad.
No, Merry Christmas.
Feliz Navidad.
Merry Christmas!